Bonjour, everyone. Welcome to the last match review of this long, strange, and pretty shite season. 3-1 defeat to the champions, as expected. The scoreline, I'm sure I put my preview. I put it in the what I watched long. Obviously, didn't have a bet on it. Less said about that, the better. After loads of field work bets this season. Good 26 seconds though, wasn't it, Kege? Great thinking by. Wish we had turned it off after that. Great thinking by Shelby. Saint wins the free kick on the halfway line, fouled by Van Dijk. Lovely, intelligent, sharp thinking by John Joe Shelby against his former side. Dinks it over the top, L1 triangle, settings. Gale latches onto it. Good first touch, sets himself up for the right, puts it past Alisson, who gets a touch on it, but not enough. And then, the less said about the remaining 89 minutes, the better.
Aye, it was. It's a perfect start. And what I liked about it is that the foul was pretty cynical. Like, so Maximin was away just on the halfway line. It wasn't like a massive threat, but Van Dijk, probably the best centre back in the Premier League, was like, not giving near chat and sunshine. Just hacked his legs down, proper foul. I think you mentioned if it wasn't that early on in the game, that could have been a yellow card. Like, it was just a proper professional foul, we'll call it. But, it was good thinking by Shelby. Quick ball. VAR took way too long to decide it was onside, because it definitely was. Tidy little finish by Gale, like nice and composed, and that early into a game, not a lot of people might be as aware at that point. So fair play to Dwight Gale, done well, but 28 seconds, whatever it was, fantastic start. The few minutes after that, I suppose, were okay, but 80 to 85 minutes. It's the champions. Like, you can't really be too bothered. There was nothing to play for either team. I think most of the game was very mundane. Like, just right up until like when did they score the second goal? It was fairly quite late. Like, Liverpool didn't really start getting into it. Well, they brought the three big boys on once like the change was made. Salah, Mane, and Firmino. That's when they moved into third gear, because they didn't really get out a second at that point. Near the Newcastle, it was just a proper typical last day of the season. No one's got anything to play for, so what's the point? Let's just concentrate on getting to Dubai in the morning.
It was end of season feels. I think as soon as we scored, Liverpool weren't even that bothered. Liverpool were just passing it about the back. The ball was just being played across the middle of the park, and no one was threatening. I don't think Newcastle even had a shot on target since the goal. To be honest, Liverpool maybe fared one wide, one over, and then I said it in the preview. Called it, I said as soon as they'll come to it, they'll bring the big boys off the bench and they'll make the difference. And then in the end, that was the case. Not much that the Braff got clear the year could have done about it. Maybe the second, I think, could have the ball seemed to bounce before him, seemed to jump over it. But I remember saving one earlier than that. But Newcastle just didn't have the ascendancy, urgency, or any action to really take the lead on it. For the first game where Brucey actually decided to acknowledge the 5 substitution rule and bring other players on the pitch. But from this game, I'd sum up. Nice finish from Gale. Good thinking by Shelby. Glad to see Watts make his debut. And that's the end of Matty Longstaff's career at Newcastle, by the looks of it. As he wasn't even on the bench today. Not even on the bench today, Matty Longstaff.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing. Obviously, Sean Longstaff and Isaac Hayden made the bench when they were meant to have been ruled out for the rest of the season. That game included young star in Jack Young, who's still waiting to make his Premier League debut. 3 centre mids on the bench, 2 Crocs, 1 about 12 years old. No place for Matty Longstaff. So I think that tells you everything you need to know. There's no reports of him being injured. There's no reason he was ineligible today. So he's probably got his flight booked to Italy in the morning as well. So that's the end of his career here. One would assume. Who knows what the future says? I think quite a few people in the comments were saying he'll probably go and do like an Andy Carroll, come back in a few years. Might end up at Watford. That's what everyone else is predicting. They've got the same owner as Udinese, so they're very well linked. So we might end up seeing him at Watford at some point. So I think they've just been relegated today. I think Watford in the Championship for the season's loan might do him the world of good. Like, he is still only a 20-year-old kid, and he's been pushed out of the team by fucking Nabil Bentaleb.
I can't.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe a season in the Championship might do him some good.
Tell you what, never mind Matty's future. Yeah, if Bentaleb signs a permanent deal for Newcastle, I'm out. I'm done out here. I'll go with Matty to Italy, and I'll start Udinese FanTV. That's how much I didn't want to see Bentaleb play for Newcastle again. Less for the Magpie channel, the Udinese channel will be in full swing come September if Bentaleb signs, because Brucey's dropping the seeds about, he's doing okay, but you can see Newcastle making that bullshit 8 million cheap signing. Bentaleb the day. He puts her in danger every time he gets the ball, passes it backwards, never picks his head up. But I'll come into him in the player ratings, but
FanTV.
No Shaka FanTV, not at all.
Just seeing a tweet come through live there now from Keith Downey. It just says, Newcastle owner Mike Ashley just called Steve Bruce and his players and his staff in a Zoom call from the US to thank them for their efforts this season.
Nice to see Mike Ashley still enjoying Disneyland.
Where's the contracts, Brucey? Mikey Longstaff's going to walk up the door tomorrow morning.
Do you know what? That's a piss take from Ashley. I think the players know that, but they've got no bonuses, no incentives or anything. They work in a shit office where there's nothing. You don't care what you do every day.
Yeah. But I'm sure was it last season or the season before? I'm sure he gave them a relegation bonus. Well, I don't know if they got it or not, but they got told they were going to get a bonus to avoid relegation. But I think this season we're always just above that level. I don't think the threat of relegation was really that serious. So either they probably got out. They probably got out to play for. Say you get X amount of points, get north of 45 points, you'll all get $100,000 bonus or whatever like that. So I bet that was not like that today.
Not like that today. The first thing we want to hear from Mike Ashley is, good news, Steve. New owner's coming in. You're not going to be here long, but you'll get to see a couple of good players coming through the door. That's the thing we want from Ashley. Yeah, say, good news. Premier League should announce something tomorrow. That's the thing, Keg. A lot of people are saying the announcement should come next week. The season's finished. Transfer window opens tomorrow. What's the excuse from the Premier League? There's no more excuses. There's no more delays. Surely we'll hear whether it's done or whether it's declined next week. Do you reckon?
I think the decision has to be made within the next 7 days. We've been saying next week for the last 4 months. It's going to be Friday. It's going to be Tuesday. Or it'll be next week. Or if it's not next week, it'll be the week after. We've been going like that for 4 months. Like you say, there has been obstacles in the way. I think minor excuses, such as obviously COVID and Project Restart, having 3 games in a week. The Premier League still got COVID tests to run before every game and blah, 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 all this bullshit excuse. But now, season's done. What's the excuse anymore? Everyone's on holiday. Wait, maybe that's the excuse? I've got a holiday booked, so I'll do it in a couple of weeks when I'm back. There's no excuse anymore. Season's done. We need an announcement within the next 7 days. Whether it's good or bad, we just need to move on. If it doesn't get done, there's people waiting in the wings. This isn't the only takeover that could be done. I think they've just paid a deposit, so nothing can be done now because of that deposit until it's done or dead. Well, there's American owners, there's all these other people interested. So if it's not going to get done, just let we know so someone else can move in. It is becoming a piss take now. So the sooner the better. It would have been nice to have it done back when it was announced 3-4 months ago. So things could already be in place. Like you say, a season's done now and the transfer window opens tomorrow. It's only a 7-week window. If the deal doesn't go through for another a week or two, they'll have 5-6 weeks to come in and put their stamp on things. It's probably not going to work that quick. If you start a job today, you're not going to expect results tomorrow. It's going to be a process. They're going to need to sit down, mull things over, coaching staff, backroom staff, training facilities, where the budget's going to go. All this stuff needs to be determined. They're not going to come in day one and be right, go get Sancho, go get blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a process, and 5-6 weeks might not be long enough to get shit done. So we need an answer as soon as possible. We should have had one 3 months ago.
Yeah. Right, nice one. That'll do for this match review. Make sure you check out the fan cams, click back to the watch along, player ratings to come. Thanks for your support throughout the season. We're not done yet. We'll be bringing you more videos to come next week. And hopefully some good news,
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Subscribe, buddy, here. Cheers for watching, everyone. See you later.